Hello and welcome to another drone know-how show. Today another tutorial how to make from a 4 or 3S Lipo a 2S Lipo. Here I've got a picture of a little bit too hot gotten 4S Lipo. My friend bought this one. It was a 45C 4S battery. And the motors of his drone, they needed too much power, so this battery got a bit blown up. The tools and items you need is a heat gun, a Heatshrink, a Sidecutter, a scissor or a sharp knife, a 2S balancer lead, a multimeter, and of course a soldering iron and some solder, of course. I would say let's get started with this little operation. First you need to get all the isolation or heat shrink off your battery. As you can see, I had this 4S Lipo and I already changed it into a 3S. For this reason it's already packed in some electrical tape. When you take off the heat shrink from your Lipo, please be very careful not to damage the cells. That could turn into a disaster. As you can see, the cells, they're quite thick, they're blown up, and yeah, and one cell is not working as good as it should. So now get rid of all the cables that are on there. You need to have a hot soldering iron that you can work quickly, because you shouldn't heat up the cells too much, because you could damage them further. So if it's hot, you can work quicker and the cells are not heating up too much. So now get rid of the rest of the sticky parts that are holding the cells together. Like I said before, be very careful. Now we solder the cells apart. This is the damaged cell, you can take it away. Now we check out where's the plus and where's the minus with the multimeter. If it's like that, the minus before, you've got on the red measuring, whatever it's called, you've got the minus. So if there is no minus, the red one is plus. So maybe you mark it that you can remember it later, plus and minus. Alright, so now we take our cables and put them to the right length if needed. Take the isolation off and do some pre-soldering. The same for the 2S balancer lead. Where you get this balancer lead from, I put a link in the description. I got it from Banggood, but sure you get it in every decent hobby store near you. So like I said before, we do some pre-soldering. Take care that the solder goes all through the wires, that you've got a real decent connection later on. On the thick wires you maybe have to do it from the other way around as well. So we marked before the plus and the minus. Now we solder the XT60 connector on it, heating up the pads on the cells, still with a hot iron, soldering iron, that it goes quicker. Just bending everything in shape. Put some more solder on it, that the balancer leads got a better connection. And that's actually ready by now. All the things are done. Just this quick check with the voltage checker. I put a link of that thing also in the description. So as we could see, we did that right. We put some electrical tape on it, that nothing happens to the connections on the cells. Also to keep the cables in place. And I can't say it often enough, really take care when you're working with a sharp knife on cells. You can put all the protection they've been on before again on. Maybe you have to cut them a little bit that they fit again, because the battery is now a little bit thinner. Secure everything with electrical tape or whatever packing tape, something that's really strong. As you can see, I have here some aluminium plates. They've been on the original Lipo on it to protect the cells on a crash. Now we put on some Heatshrink. Yes, I could put a link also for that in the description. I need to cut the Heatshrink on the right length. We'll just take care that it's a little bit longer than the actual battery, that the edges can get bended around when you Heatshrink them. I do it with a slight angle because on one side I've got the cables. I don't want them to bend in a strange way. I want them like this because I do this 2S battery. I make it for my Tyrannis QX7, which got delivered without a battery. For those that've got one, they know. Now we Heatshrink the Heatshrink, of course. As you can see, the edges are bending around, so they've got a little bit more protection. Sorry. When it's done that, you've got a real nice looking new battery. Just write on what it is, the milliamps, how many cells, and what's the C rating. Maybe you need that for later. Just to remind if you have more projects like that. I use the same system for my goggles. With the extension cable, I have the battery in my pants pocket, that the weight is not on my head. As you can see, that works really good. Actually, for my goggles I'm using a 2S with 2200 milliamps, and that lasts for ages. So now we fit in the battery to my Tyrannis. I've got also an extension cable, a balancer lead extra long, that I don't have to fiddle around with plugging in, plugging out. I put a link in the description for this as well. And as you can see, our new 2S battery just works fine. I hope you could learn a little bit out of that, and you can need this information. And as always, thanks for watching and happy flying, and stay tuned for more tutorials, reviews and flight footage. Like and subscribe. See you soon. Bye guys.